Hi everyone, my name is Maxie. You can call me Max. And tonight's video, yes, we're now recording again at 1 o'clock in the morning. I did say I was gonna have a new guys, really, new guy. All right, bro. All right, bro. All right, bro. But said I was gonna have a new video out for you guys, soon. So, um, yeah. So I hope everybody's having a blessed night or morning, whatever time it is for you. In today's video, we're going to be talking about loneliness, and how that's been one of my second biggest struggles, um, dealing with that, and how I've been processing emotions lately. So, yeah, I was going to get right to the video. So, um, my thing about loneliness, to be honest, is um, constantly feeling like you don't fit in. What if it's in big, large crowds of groups of people, or it's just the way that people carry themselves, or any sort of that nature. It's almost mind-boggling. Um, and we'll talk about some more things as the videos progresses, but my biggest thing when it comes to talking to other people is trying to find something to relate to. I feel like most people that I've talked to don't really relate on a deeper level of what if it's certain things that they think about, or the way that they perceive things. It's usually very like one dimensional. The way I like to think of things is very four dimensional, right? It's out the spectrum, out the box. Unless we're talking about autism, then I guess we are on the spectrum. Anyways, um, but during the past couple months, um, it's been really hard. I usually am able to deal with the fact that, okay, like I don't fit in. Some of my online friends are like, you know, doing their own things, things like that. But I've come to realize that recently that this is a very interesting season of my life that God has put me in. Um, Shout out to my girlfriend, obviously, because she's amazing, but she's been pretty much my best friend every single day that talks to me. Um, and one of the things I realized while being with her um, for some time now is she's pretty much the only person that I know of that's able to relate to me like bar for bar for bar for bar, you know? And I just find that really interesting when you live in a world that's like billions of people, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Is it millions or billions? I don't care. But where all those different people around the world, you would think like, oh, maybe I'd have more friends or more meaningful relationships. The key word of today is that it's not about friendship, it's about companionship. I feel like we don't really have that in society anymore, unfortunately. It's not like the 2000s, it's not like the 90s or the 80s, you know. People were a lot more outgoing and people actually met on common grounds. Even with dating too, it's just exploded with like online and e-ships and stuff like that. Yeah, buddy, I might be cooked. I'm playing, but it's just a whole factor of things, and it just sucks that we live in a time now where like there's no like connection. Like everything just has to be like transactional, or um as a person who's struggled with people pleasing for a very, very, very long time, still have tendencies now, unfortunately, but we're working through it, progress. Fix it. Okay, let me stop. But we're making progress, and there's so many things I've learned. Like I spent so much time into the wrong kind of people who did not really value me in the way that I needed. And when it comes to therapy and things like that, and struggling with BPD, it's really hard to make friends, like genuine, long lasting. I don't know, I'm doing that with my neck. Long lasting friends. Yeah. Anyways, but I just find it really difficult to make any sort of friends that's long lasting. And probably one of the questions you have is, are you trying to make friends? And I will also be honest, no. The reason why I don't even try to go my way to make friends is because the way my life has sort of been, um, due to experiences that I've had online and offline with people. Um, I've reclusified myself in a spot where I just want to be to myself and only to myself unless I'm understood. So, in those regards, I find it very difficult for me to even initiate conversations, or I don't know. It's just really different. And this is going to be the next part of the video that I'm just going to like segment in my way into. But I have a projection or possibility that I am autistic. Um, and I'm not sure if anybody even reads my channel descriptions, but I did kind of put that thing as my little bio. Is that what it is? I don't know, man. I don't really do YouTube like that. I mean, I do and I don't. But yeah, no, it's just like um I have the projection or possibility that I might be autistic. And the reason why I say that is because the way my thought process is, skills, constantly having these like social cues being messed up. I don't really understand social cues like that. I try my best to, but it's extremely effing difficult, not gonna lie. I feel like I'm playing chess versus checkers at this point, trying to conversate with different people. Um, and I guess the last thing to notice is that mostly all my friends, well, the remaining online friends that I have, they're neurodivergent in some way, which I find that hilarious. My girlfriend's neurodivergent herself, so yeah, interesting, interesting. So I am getting a diagnosis soon, possibly, and hopefully that clears a lot of things up. There's gonna be a lot of emotions, so um, that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to deal with behind closed doors, unfortunately. Um, but besides that point, the second thing I would like to say as well about loneliness is that it genuinely sucks. Like, um, it sucks where people have ruined so many things for you, and it's just like you wish that people did not ruin those experiences for you, and you still hold on to that. Your body keeps score. And that's something that I've learned recently is that your body keeps score. Okay, you might have the mindset, you might have God, therapy, and all these different things, but that body, girl, let me tell you something. That body keep it in check. You heard? That body keep it in check. So it's like you can't even focus without, the loneliness settling in every 5 seconds. Or it's like, um, I recently went to a car show, right? And out of all the crowds of people that was talking, they had their girlfriends and they had their families, or people were just in friend groups, and I'm just like the only one there, just like roaming around, checking out the different engines, trying to strike conversations. But it's so difficult for me too because I get so anxious, or it feels like a burden. And then yeah, after that event, I slept for 9 hours because it was that exhausting. Um, and the two people that I did conversate, shout out to them. They were really nice. Another white guy, he owned a Mitsubishi, I think it was 3000 GT, and uh, we connected okay. And then the still was messing up on talking and things like that. And then the second guy, I related to him a lot more. He was really friendly, really nice. But after that event and stuff, and talking to those people, the two guys, I was there, and I was there for hours. So I'm just walking around, checking out the different cars, the engines, the people, like observing them from afar. And mom driving home, he just settles back in again. Like, I just don't fit in. Even with trying to relate to cars and stuff like that, I still feel incredibly lonely. Um, And it bothers me. I'm not gonna lie. Back when I was younger, it used to not bother me so much because I didn't really have that realization. Like I've always been self-aware, but it never was self-aware for my self-awareness for myself. I'm self-aware about other people, but just not myself. Um, but afterwards, it felt horrible. Coming to that realization, one of the things I used to say when I was younger was, being I don't struggle with loneliness because I've always been like that. And it's the truth. I've always been like that, even with friend groups and stuff that I used to have. I didn't have a lot, or I feel like my connections was very vague, very soulless, empty even, and very stressful at times. Um, it's almost agonizing, asinine. I think that's the word I want to use is asinine to even like think about these things. Um, and sincerely, I struggled with just understanding like myself and these places, and I don't know how to go about these things. And it really does suck. I'm not gonna lie. But ever since the car show, I just been kind of wondering, like, am I kind of destined for this sort of like isolation, I guess? Because it's more so not on purpose that I do these things. It's more so not only for protection, but um I just want people to come to me, like the genuineness. And I guess someone can argue that, like, oh, like you're not going out there to make the effort either. But I'm just in this headspace right now where I need to find myself again, like the real, actual version of me, whether that's being this avid or being behind a freaking. It's a really nice painting, by the way, guys. You should really get a painting like that in your house. Oh, in your house. Yes, your house. But um it's just the little things like that. They do stack up after a while. And then the last part is going to be how do I process these emotions? And to be completely hot with you, my tongue. Okay. To completely be hot with you, which is humble, open, and transparent, right? No, wait, I think it's either humble, open, and transparent, or honest, open, and transparent. Either one works. But to keep it hot with you guys, processing this has been extremely difficult. 2026 has already started extremely rough for me. It seems like it just doesn't stop. But I can't really complain. God has been really good to me. With all the things that I've been having going on in my life and trying to process like trauma and heavy amounts of emotions. And it's been really hard. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably the most difficult time I've had in my life because I don't know what it's like to feel. I've been numb for freaking years, okay, years. And that's gonna be a whole nother video on its own. Um, but if there's one thing I can give you guys on processing emotions is that do not ignore them. They're information, okay? Remember, emotions are signals. They are a part of how you process truly about things. Don't go smoking like 6 packs of Marlboros and driving a Ferrari and crash it off of a bridge in Cali. That's way too specific. But don't do that. Not worth it. Okay, none of that stuff is worth it. Don't numb yourself to corn. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Okay, none of that stuff is worth it. At the end of the day, it's always gonna be there, right? And the only way to process these sad emotions is to just sit in them and realize that it is temporary. And for my case, God is about seasons. He's a God of seasons, right? So while this season might seem like it's been a long effing mother effing time, being in the space of being lonely, figuring out therapy, uh, processing really hard emotions, I'm not giving up. And even with my journey financially, my financial, I just got freaking cooked. Like, I'm getting freaking cooked, okay? But that doesn't mean that whatever happens is not gonna phase me because I've been through a lot, Okay. And this is just surface level stuff compared to other things I can't really talk about on YouTube quite yet. But just know that you are not alone, and that as a community, we are here to all discuss about these things and talk about life and process in a positive manner, not a negative one. Okay, we're about growth on this channel. Growth. GROWTH. Growth, girly. We about growth. Okay. So, anyways, um, that's all I got for you guys in tonight's video. I'll get more comfortable as I do these videos, but I hope everybody has a blessed night, and I hope you take something from this and realize that you're not alone, and that God is always in open arms, and He loves you, and that we have our community here to talk through and things like that to get to know each other. It's small, really small, just like my forehead. But I promise we won't bite. So, other than that, thank you guys so much. For the 742 subscribers, we are getting there. Get eh, All right, we're getting there. Hopefully, I can hit 800 subs by the time March hits. That'd be freaking super sick. Or even 1,000 by the end of the year would be really cool. But other than that, thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope I can continue to reach out and help as many people as I can understand God better and understand life better. Both of them, because both be happening. You feel me? Okay. Anyways, though, take care, everybody. I'm out, and I will see you in the next video. I look so retarded doing that. But yeah, guys, I'm out.